Hey guys, welcome back to the Rock Room. This week we're doing a video on what I am giving to Katie Did Rocks. She does an auction. It's the Heart for Rocks charity auction. It's for the Geo girls. So I figured, being from Wisconsin, we'll get her something more central to where we are, because the people over there, I'm not sure how many other people are going to donate to this auction, but I figured since I'm here, the stuff I'll donate will be all, not all, but a lot of stuff from the surrounding areas that people might not be familiar with on that part of the country. So I'll show you what I'm putting in there. So I'm going to throw in a couple Lake Superior agates. And this is a red one with a chalcedony, but you can see even the center, it's got fortification banding, as long as the outside's got fortification banding. So yeah, this is just your typical Lake Superior agate. That's rough side. I just face polish these so you can kind of get a look at what the outside would look like, as well as what the inside looks like. And then here's the other one. Let me see if I can. Now this one's got parallax banding, which basically means it's the banding so tight that it gives a effective movement when you kind of move it around. I know the light's kind of rough right now, but it's also got some good banding on the outside too. So yeah, this is another one I'll be donating. And of course, you know, from the area, we have the Petoskey stones. These are just polished, lightly polished. Always interesting to look at. They don't look like this when they're rough, but they do polish up rather easily. And some of them can be pretty striking. And of course, this is the bottom part of the coral. But yeah, these can look really neat, very interesting rock. And then this is just a regular piece, what we call honeycomb coral. And again, interesting. And of course the bottom is always the bottom of the coral, so you just polish the top part. But it is definitely interesting stuff. Takes a great polish. And then of course from my area, right here in central Wisconsin, Wausau actually, is the Wisconsin Moonstone. And Wisconsin Moonstone, and I just face polish these. It's, you know, a lot of people confuse this with labradite, and it's not labradite. It's actually different than labradite. But yeah, we can get this right here in Wisconsin. This is Wisconsin Moonstone. So I just face polished a few pieces up, just to kind of give the show you again what the stone looks like in the rough, and then what it can look like after it's polished. And it also comes with like a black tourmaline or scroll or something, feldspar kind of stuff. So yeah, so these are just some face polished pieces of Wisconsin Moonstone. And you can see because it's just the way it's formed, it's kind of like a gravel, and it has lots of cracks, lots of pits. So if you're going to actually work this in cabs, like I did, you have to go through, let's see if I get this to focus. Yeah, you have to go through a lot of stabilizing processes. This was stabilized with Opticon. And this is what like a cab would look like. And again, that's the rough backside. But You know, it's pretty striking. It's got a different blue. Or a different chatoyancy than like what labradite has. And you can see this piece kind of from all different directions will shine that pretty blue. And sometimes the blue will even be like a gray, depending on how the light hits it. But yeah, this is a piece of polished, or basically kind of like a cab of moonstone. And of course from the area too is copper. So I just kind of rough polish these because, you know, I don't know if somebody's going to, you know, what we do here is we make jewelry out of these copper chunks too. So, and you can see all the copper all in there. So I just kind of a little rough polished it, just kind of so you could kind of see where the copper was in there, really kind of shine the copper up more than anything else. But yeah, you can make this, you could turn this into nice, beautiful looking cabs too, is what we do. But yeah, so this is the regular copper ore. And then we also get what they call a copper quartz. And it's the same thing. This is the copper, but it's in a quartz. Rather than, let me back this out just a little bit more here. So yeah, so this is the copper quartz. And again, it's just copper dispersed all the way through there. So again, you know, if you were to get a couple cabs out of there and out of here, they make beautiful, beautiful looking material. So that's our native copper. And then of course, because it's the Hartford Rocks, I'll just throw in a little pocket heart. This is made out of red tiger eye. It's got some really good looking chatoyancy on there. But, you know, something you just kind of carry around in your pocket. Red tiger eye heart. And then, of course, I throw in a couple taters. These are Wisconsin taters. Got some good patterns, some good colors. And these are the outside skins. So these are just kind of rough polished. Again, deciding on what they want to do with them. You just want them as display pieces. Here's another one here. They have a lot of like little agatization going on. And of course the last one, they kind of get a appearance of almost being like a thunder egg too. But yeah, Wisconsin taters. Yeah, so those are the things I'm donating for Hartford Rocks. Katie did. We met her out at the Spencer Opal dig. So just a few things I threw together. You know, I could have gave more, but I'm really not sure on what particular they might have wanted. You know, finished stuff, rough stuff. So you know, I kind of did half and half, or not even half and half, but a little of everything. So, and like I say, I tried to keep it from around this area of the United States. So wish them good luck on their auction. Hope they bring in lots of money for their cause. And thanks everybody for watching. See you soon in a rock room near you.